We should never forget how young they were. 30 years ago, these three dared to confront an unimaginable evil. Stefan Gold was the youngest unit commander in Mossad. David Peretz had his 29th birthday while on the mission. Rachel Singer was only 25.
Your character is carrying so much weight on her shoulders, and it's a very emotional part for you. Now, throughout the film, you're basically, you're dealing with that emotion throughout the entire movie. Talk about in between takes or when you go to lunch. As an actress, do you ever do you break that mold and kind of go into happy Helen Mirren, or do you have to stay in that character during your lunch breaks?
I don't. Certainly during the takes you have to stay in that mold. But that's what we do as actors, is that we find systems of entering into the character, the story, and then coming out of it again. Some people, and with certain roles, yes, you do have to kind of stay in it all day long. And other roles you can come out of it. I've never really been the kind of actor who's particularly taken a role home with me. And I think, I think on this, yes, while I was doing it, it required a huge amount of concentration, because although there's not a lot of dialogue, there is this internal story that's constantly going on, and you have to communicate that somehow through the camera without words. So, that actually was very, very concentrating. But I think I become laughing Mirren,
you go back
as soon as the take's over. Like, oh, how was that? Was that okay? Oh, good. Okay, what's next?
When she crossed through the checkpoint into Soviet-controlled East Berlin.
So, first time in the field.
Good, that's good.
Welcome to the mission.
We have something in common. We've both never been in a fight. I was reading that you've never been in a fight in your real life.
Never.
And you had to learn Krav Maga for this film.
Yeah.
Can you teach me one move? One Krav Maga move? How can I...
I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how we would do it. I mean, I'm curious, because if I ever find myself in a fight, I want to go to the debt and say, I learned that. I learned it from that movie. I don't know how I would do it, though.
Do you know there's a scene, and it's actually in the trailer, where Sam's character, David, comes at Rachel with a knife. And so there's a lot of Krav Maga is about using your body weight and certain pressure points to manipulate the movement. So, she would grab his arm and then hit in the chest, and then being able to use this to bend your arm, and then by twisting, all of a sudden now the knife's on your throat.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that scene in the... otherwise, we could just get rid of the chairs and I could just, beat you up.
I'm totally down for that. I'll get my ass beat by Jessica Chastain. I'm totally cool with it. No worries at all.
Their assignment had been to capture the surgeon of Birkenau, a man whose sadistic experiments left thousands disfigured or dead.
It's a brave thing you're doing.
I'm not brave. I'm terrified.
Your character, this might be a serious question, but your character's dealing with a lot in the film. He lost his family in the war, but you are on a job. You have to set your emotions aside and complete this job. Now, can you equate that to maybe your real life, where you have to go on set someday and you're having a bad day emotionally, and you're not there to get in the character? How do you set your emotions aside and get into a character? It's your job.
I don't. I bring them to it. If I'm having a foul day, you tend to see me in a foul mood on the set.
Wow.
And because I got told, if you start faking it and try to hide your emotions, then you're already generating something that's fake.
Right.
So my advice years ago that someone said to me was, if you're having a happy day, bring that into the scene. Even though it might be, say, an angry scene, you don't know where it might take you. Don't have a preconceived idea of where the scene's going to go just because you're in a foul mood. It might actually help the scene, and you might change in the process.
Take him back alive. We show the world what he did.
You're trembling. I think you're the one that is afraid, David. Afraid of the monster.
know, the idea of this movie is dealing with the consequences of choices that you make earlier in your life and how they can ripple effect down 30, 40 years later. And I don't know if can you equate that maybe to your career when you first started off in the business and you made the choice to take certain roles? Were you ever thinking in your head, is this role gonna make me who I am 30 years later? Were those choices that you made like, I gotta take this role?
No, you can never think like that. It's just not possible, I don't think. You know, it's a daily or a monthly hand-to-mouth existence as an actor. You know, you're constantly facing unemployment, if you like. So really, it's like, I need some money. You know, what job can I do to make some money? Or you do think, I mean, I did think I had some sense, like when I'd done a lot of theatre and very little film, I consciously looked for film to do, to teach myself about film acting. But apart from that, it's very hard to think down the line. And you know, the most surprising things are the ones that become, build up to be a part of your so-called legend, if you like, or your history. Sometimes they're the most surprising things that you didn't think of at the time, and the jobs that you thought were going to really make a difference don't. So you can't plan that at all.
We followed.
Oh, God.
Only 4 people know what happened here.
No matter what, the truth stays in this room between us.
What if we could go back? Would it be different?
We can't go back.
Now, this is a very raw film compared to something like Avatar, where there's a lot of special effects. But I want people to understand that, you know, that even though you're in performance capture suits there, you're still acting. It's you're still giving a performance. But this movie, it's very raw. The special effects are very minimal. Talk about the challenges of you as an actor. Do you find it easier?
There's no difference. There's no difference. You in the scene, you still have a clear objective of what you want to achieve, and it doesn't matter whether you're in a turtleneck and your hair's all done like 1966, like in this movie, or you're in a motion capture suit with dots all over you in a volume, pretending to be big and blue. The process is still the same. You still want to get something from the other person, and it's truth in imaginary circumstances.
We have to deal with it.
What does that mean? Deal with it.
Now you enter a character at 25 years old in this film, and the script only lends like so much background to a character. Do you ever make up backstory in your brain that'll help you emotionally get to where you need to be?
Yeah, every single character I've ever played, I know their birthday, I know their favorite color.
You make that up?
Yeah, I know everything about them. I know what their parents look like.
How do you make up a birthday? You just like randomly choose like a month and a day? I mean,
yeah, I don't nothing's ever random. I feel like we all know what our birthday is, and so the characters that I have, they need to know what their birthdays are. They need to know what their favorite color is. They need to know what kind of music they like to listen to, or if their parents are alive, or their favorite food. I absolutely create that for every single character.
Cool. Congratulations to you. You rock at life. I just want to let
Thank
you know
you
that you're
so
awesome.
much, and you're still super cute.
The dead.
Do I love the beer, by the way?
Yeah.
What can I ask what it's for? Is this for a role?
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis is his body double.
That's exactly. You know what? He told me about
Yeah,
that
he did.
recently. I was interviewing for the Hangover because Sam Worthington's playing me.
I actually got a photo with him at a bar. Me and him got a photo together, and he was like, "Who the hell are you? Get away from me!"
You should have said I was in freaking Avatar.
No, he's a cool guy. He's a cool dude. But no, I'm going to do a 1970s surf film.
Oh, cool, man. Can't wait to see it, man.
Cool.
Congratulations
No
to you. You rock at life, dude.